Hello guys, welcome to a new camera test video. This time it's about the Oukitel K10000 Pro, which is the successor of the Oukitel K10000, and this phone got a new design. It still got the same large battery but also a newer processor, the MT6750T, 3GB of RAM and 32GB of memory. Camera wise, we've got a 13 megapixel sensor on the rear with an f1.8 aperture, which is great. Unfortunately, there is no detail on which camera sensor they use, and for the front camera they use a 5 megapixel sensor with an f2.8 aperture, which isn't that good. Quality wise, the front camera is okay, but by far not perfect. Videos surprisingly do, at least on the screen, look better than selfies. Selfies always look a bit mushy, and with suboptimal lighting conditions they also have a bit of noise in them. On videos right now I can't see that much noise as on pictures, and they look a little bit more detailed, at least on the small phone screen. Regarding the rear camera, this one is capable of recording videos with up to 1080p. There is no electronic image stabilization, so let's just quickly check out the quality of these. So the 13 megapixel main camera supports recording videos with up to 1080p, which I have set right now. Amount of detail and overall quality is fairly okay, but as far as I can see, there is no automatic autofocus, so I need to do tap to focus to get the focus set properly. Regarding the quality of pictures shot using the rear camera, let's just have a quick look at a few samples. So let's first start with pictures taken with the LED flash, and this one has been shot with a distance of about 1 meter to the objects here, and there is a bit of noise. Flash is pretty bright, and together with the f1.8 aperture you really get a lot of light in there, and when we zoom in we see that the camera struggles a bit with detail and it does look a bit grainy, but it's acceptable. You also have to consider that this is a budget phone. When we come a little closer to the object, picture quality gets much better, there's less noise and the detail is greatly improved, but it still does look a little bit blurry. Next, let's check out some pictures taken at daylight but inside the house. So there we go, that's kind of medium lighting conditions, and as you can see, this picture looks pretty decent. Again, we've got a bit of a graininess in there and it looks a tiny bit blurry, but it still is an acceptable quality in my opinion. So next, let's go outside and pick some close-up shot. As you can see here, this looks fairly acceptable. We might have a tiny bit of blurriness here on the edges of the picture. Well, that's just a small area and minor blurriness, so nothing overly disturbing, no big problem. The overall amount of detail is great. Really nothing to complain about there. Now let's switch to some landscape shot. Let's see which one we pick. Yeah, let's do this one. So this is a pretty complex picture where detail matters a lot, and if we are not zoomed in, this looks pretty good actually. Again, we have some blurriness here in the edges, but that's nothing overly disturbing. And if we zoom in, you see that the amount of detail is pretty okay. Of course, it's not on high-end level, so you still get a little bit of blurriness, especially here in this area, which is far away, and on the tree leaves. So there is a tiny bit lack of detail, but again, nothing overly disturbing. And here you see that also moving objects are captured rather sharp. Look at those people. So yeah, I'm quite surprised. And also here, just look at the water, which also appears rather sharp. So overall picture quality is quite okay most of the time, but it definitely does struggle with complicated lighting situations. Let me just pick out some sample picture for this. For example, here the sun shines directly into the camera and this results in a whitish overlay over the picture and reduces the quality quite a bit. So you always need to take care about the lighting in your pictures to get proper results. Now let's do some low light stuff. For example, here inside the church, you can see that thanks to the f1.8 aperture it still catches a lot of light, but software-wise it struggles a bit to get a clear picture. We definitely have a lot of noise in there, so they could probably optimize this by tweaking software. Of course, they are a small company, so they didn't do this, they don't have the resources for this. So results are not optimal under such conditions. So that's it for the quick overview about camera picture quality of the rear camera on the Oukitel K10000 Plus. Next I will show you the usual slideshow where we'll see more pictures taken with this phone. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye!